Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago, and welcome once again to the Bourse Report. Today, our Bourse Report speaks to two results. The first is Republic Bank for its full year ended September 30th, and the second is Angostura AHL for its 9 months ended September 30th. But before we do that, tomorrow is Diwali, and traditionally, for those who follow Diwali, it's a time to look at how they have fared in terms of their investments, among other things. Well, what has happened in the market? Let us look at the four quadrants: local equities, local bonds, international bonds, and international equities. Local equities, apart from the TTNGL issue, the markets have trended down on the local Trinidad and Tobago Stock Exchange, so that even with the TTNGL, which peaked at $25, the market has been somewhat muted and trending downwards. In the local bond market, what you have is a drive upwards of interest rates, and that drive upwards of interest rates has pushed down bond prices and valuations, unless held to maturity, where you would be able to, let's just say, avoid the volatility in terms of price movements. Internationally, the market has been less than kind, both in terms of equities as well as international bonds. In the equity space, all major jurisdictions, all major regions from Europe, the Middle East, Asia, have trended downwards, even with emerging market bonds. And that was the equity space, as well as in the bond space, there has been much volatility, and that was very much pronounced over the period September to the middle of October, and the market is now starting to firm up a bit and trend upwards. So as an investor, it has been a tough period to try to generate returns. One bright spot, as we have continued to speak to, is holding international bonds to maturity that are giving you, in this time of volatility, upwards of 5% in US dollar bonds. Something to ponder, and give us a call if you need any further advice or information. Let's turn now to Republic Bank for the full year results. And Republic Bank, its share price, first of all, declined some 6.5% from the beginning of the year to the current time. And that is, it moved from just under $120 to about $112 at current traded prices. For Republic, we can say steady as she goes, because the company continues to show good results and reasonable growth in the context of the economy and interest rates, what have been happening with regard to that. So diluted earnings per share, $7.57, a 2.4% increase from that which obtained in 2014 of $7.39. So when you look at the first graph, what you would see is, as I said, steady as it goes. Despite the acquisitions that the company has made, HFC, as well as in Ghana, as well as the Surinamese acquisition of the RBC holdings in that country, the company continues to solidify in its operations. And as you would see in that first graph, earnings, slow and steady growth, as at the end of FY 2015, $4.35 is what the dividends are, up 10 cents from last year, 2015. And so the dividend yield is now about 3.9%, and you can see the price on the screen of the ordinary, or the earnings on your screen of the ordinary shares. Outlook, we think that as you come back, we think that the outlook for the company is solid. Difficult to pick up shares on the market directly, but we encourage investors to look at the Clico Investment Fund, which is populated some 85% in Republic Bank shares, and on intrinsic value of buying the shares directly as opposed to buying through CIF, there is a significant advantage in terms of equivalent intrinsic price. We continue to have a hold on this particular stock because its PE multiples at 14.8 times is about the 5-year average, but as you can see, it is trading higher than 13.4. And given the economic outlook, given the conditions, given the expectations of interest rate increases, we have a hold position or a neutral position on Republic Bank. You can look at our report with regard to Angostura, which gives you more information, but generally flat in terms of operating income and held up by the gain on sales of invested assets, as well as the valuations on available for sale. Look for us on page 10 of the Express when we give more details, and even more details on our website, boursinvestment.com. Look for us in the newspapers with regard to our mutual fund prices under the rubric of Bourse and Save Invest. Have yourself a wonderful investment week. And to the entire community, we at Bourse extends Happy Diwali, Shubh Diwali to each and every one of you, and in particular to the Hindu community. This is Subhas Ramkhelawan for the Bourse Report.